Hey everybody, it's Doug DeVitri, author of Screen to Screen Selling and Voice Marketing Strategist. Let's look at a way that you can program your phone system or maybe even create an automated text chat bot to be able to handle the amount of inquiries that are coming in so you can appropriately route them to the right customer service representative or give immediate answers that don't require a person at all. So first, what I'd recommend doing is create an account at Twilio.com. I'll just type it in here real quick so you can see Twilio.com. This is what it looks like, and then you're going to want to create an account if you don't already have one, and then I'll take you into your dashboard. Well, on the left-hand side, see where it's a little pound symbol? You go ahead and click on that, and this is where it opens up the menu for phone numbers. So Twilio is a little bit different where the menus are kind of appear on the left-hand side rather than on the top of the screen. So if you want to buy a phone number, you click on this option, and then you can figure out, well, where am I across the world? So again, this isn't just limited to the United States. So then I know the area code where I live is 314. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick search. And then I'm going to buy a phone number. Well, how much does a phone number cost? Well, it's $1, right? $1 for something local. So one thing I like to do is I kind of like to see the phone numbers that are a little bit easier to remember. If I don't like that, I'll click refresh results, and I'll keep doing that until I find the right phone number. So usually the phone number that I like to see is one that has multiple digits. So I'll just go ahead and buy that one because that has a couple sixes and a couple ones. It's a little bit easier to remember. So go ahead and buy that. Now that's a number that I have. It's going to be $1 a month. And it's going to be able to receive messages for phone, by send and receive faxes, SMS, and then also being able to include images in your text message. I'm going to go ahead and buy that, and you'll be able to see kind of what's available. So we're going to have to configure some sort of workflow to be able to handle this. So what I'm going to do is on the left-hand side, there's this option that kind of looks like rectangles stacked on top of one another called Studio. So this is the tool visual editor inside of Twilio called Studio Flow. So I'm just going to create a new flow so you can see what this is. And I'm just going to call this test system, right? Or I can go back and rename it if I want, but just for the purpose of this demo. So they have these templates, so very similar to a Microsoft Word template or a PowerPoint template, or even like we discussed with Amazon Alexa, they have blueprints. These are ones that you can use that are kind of pre-programmed, just a matter of changing out the script. So let's do the IR phone tree, which is kind of cool. It's just really easy. I'm going to click next, and then it'll actually show you what this thing looks like from the message. So I'm going to move this off to the side so you can actually move this over here so you can see this a little bit better. So right here at the top, this is the trigger, right? If I want to change the name of the flow, I can do that right here. So the trigger is with an incoming phone call, what it's going to do now is it's going to say, hello, how can we direct your call? Press number 1 for sales or say sales. To reach support, press 2 or say support. So what that means is, with a touch tone phone, people can type the number or they can just say support. And the way that we configure that is based upon whether this logic here. So over here on the left, it says user pressed keys. And then right here next to it says user said something. So we're going to have to create kind of this flow that's already, or just kind of use what's already here. So this is on the press key. This is the different options, right? So you can see here for the press number 1, or press number 2. So if it's say number 1, it's going to connect a call to this number. So this would be, let's say for this is your sales representative. You would put in, let's say, their mobile telephone right here, right? And the caller won't actually see that phone number. It's just kind of masked, so it's not something you have to worry about. But actually, we'll go to somebody's phone number. So that's an easy way to be able to get that. Now it's kind of like the same. So here with this. Call for support, this is the phone number, right? So then over here, if somebody says, okay, now here's where this gets interesting. So this is where the speech is, right? So if somebody says either sales, so I click on this, it's already put in here, and I can change the value here if I need to, but I'm not going to do that just quite yet. The condition, so if it matches any of sales, it's going to connect call to sales. So see where it says connect call to sales. So you can actually connect it inside of the widget to any one of these widgets that are already available. Or you can just do this. I'm going to click this so you can kind of see what this looks like. Click off, and I'm going to, I'm actually going to disconnect this. So see where that line kind of disappeared? And I can just drag it right here. This is how you connect these little puppies. So you see, I just kind of reconnected it back here. So there's a variety of different ways that you can have this happen for the phone system. And then over here on the right-hand side, this is the widget library. So you can see that some options that you might not have seen before that are part of Studio Flow, that you can do some advanced options like call recording. You can have it use it to capture payments, like if people need to pay over the phone and just don't have the option to be able to do that, or don't have the man hours to be able to support that, there's that. You can actually use it to where somebody calls in and then you can have it send a text message. And then be able to collect information on a text message to give a response. So we're not going to get into those advanced things, but this is just for the phone side of things. So if I'm going to go ahead and click publish, just so we can kind of save this to it. But then we also want to think about creating a flow for incoming text messages, right? So the same thing here is I'm going to create a new flow like I did before, and I'm going to put this test system 2, so you can see what that looks like. And then I'll come down here to SMS chatbot right here, and then I click next. And this is the flow that's already created. So notice here at the top, the trigger is now an incoming text message, right? So now it says, welcome to our automated ordering system. Please reply with one of the following. You can totally change this menu. So when somebody, if somebody says one of these options, it could be like sales and support or member services, whatever it might be, you can then kind of walk through the very similar options that we've already created. So once you have this thing all fine and dandy and it's all set up ready to go, now what you want to do is go to your phone number. So the phone number that I just bought, where was this thing at? Here it was, I think. Is that it? No, I just bought it. What is it? 314. I don't want to mess one of these up that I already have. I think it's this one. Does it have something in there? Okay, good. So where it says, okay, so we're going to configure this phone number 314-582-6616. I then click when a call comes in, I'm going to connect it with Studio Flow, and it was called Test System. That was the name of the flow for when a call comes in. And then for the next one, this is when a message comes in, you're going to cook it up to Studio Flow. You're going to select the flow, and it's test system number 2. So now if we get in a situation where, what we have to do here is I'm going to click this little red button here. It's hidden underneath that, but that saves it. So now if I were to call in or send a text message to the same number, I'm going to get an automated phone number that can then route the call, or I'll get an automated text message response. So right now, if you have a phone number, an office phone number that you just need to forward onto something that's a little more sophisticated to be able to handle the number of inquiries, you can do that. If you don't have anything that's set up for text message automation, you can quickly kind of create your own. So these are some options. Don't be afraid to reach out in the comments below. This is Doug DeVitri, author of Screen to Screen Selling and Voice Marketing Strategist. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.